Upcoming.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the upcoming video games of November 2015. I'm Globku from Magical Noob, here to walk you through what November has to offer. We start with Need for Speed. This entry to the franchise has FMV cutscenes that will guide you through 5 different storylines and a customization system that looks as detailed as it's ever been. I know, some of you loyal followers of this series were expecting me to go like vroom, vroom, but I am genuinely excited for this year's Need for Speed in a way that I haven't been for years, so there you go. The next item on the list is Hard West, a successful Kickstarter that's coming out for PC on November 4th. It's a tactical RPG with a supernatural theme, turn-based combat with cowboys and zombies. And speaking of zombies, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 comes out on the 6th. Single-player, multiplayer, and zombie game modes are making a return, with a single-player campaign supporting up to 4-player co-op. The PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 do not include the single-player though, so expect that feature to be absent if you're planning on picking up one of those versions. Fallout 4 is one of the biggest releases of this year. A new adventure awaits you in the Wasteland. Fallout 4 will include a crafting system this time around, allowing you to build houses and craft various gadgets to protect your outposts. A more in-depth character creation paired with a voiced protagonist, a new dog companion, crazy customization system, and even crazier weapons. Fallout 4 is lining up to be a serious Game of the Year contender. Releasing on the same day as Fallout 4 is Rise of the Tomb Raider for Xbox One and 360. The sequel to the 2013 Tomb Raider reboot will have Lara Croft diving into more tombs than the previous entry. In terms of gameplay, it all looks very similar to the first game. The graphics have obviously been improved, and exploring tombs was one of the best things to do in the 2013 game. Shame that there wasn't too much of it. Well, now there is. Lara Croft's adventure will surely be kick-ass. And still on the same day, Starcraft 2 Legacy of the Void is coming out. It's not simply a Starcraft 2 expansion, as Legacy of the Void can be purchased without the previous expansions. That's right, Starcraft 2 goes standalone with Legacy of the Void, bringing some interesting game modes to the table, such as Allied Commanders and Archon mode, as well as the extended campaign and some changes to multiplayer. Sword Art Online Lost Song is a game based off the popular anime series. It includes a completely original story that you can play as a series of characters other than Kirito, and even create your own character, though the story will progress as if you were playing as Kirito. Weird. Football Manager is back. You can still play as a manager of a football club and pretty much do whatever you want. It's still a very complete simulation of their experience. The new additions this year are 2 new game modes: Fantasy Draft, in which multiple players can draft players with a fixed budget, and Create a Club, where instead of taking over an existing real-life club, you create your own, with kits, logos, stadiums, and a transfer budget. Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival is a party game from Nintendo. It's a virtual board game similar in style to the Mario Party series. You roll dice, land on spaces that can trigger good things, bad things, or minigames that you can play with friends. Telltale's Game of Thrones reaches its end on November 17th with episode 6. You probably all know what this game is by now, and thank God it's finally over. Star Wars Battlefront is also coming out on the 17th. It's a multiplayer-only game set within the Star Wars universe. From the small multiplayer maps like Drop Zone, where you have to capture and hold several drop pods, or the huge multiplayer maps like the Battle of Hoth, with vehicles and hero pickups. There are also several co-op missions for you to engage with, should you so desire, and having played the beta, I gotta say, this game looks, sounds, and plays amazingly well. It has a very solid foundation. We'll see if there's enough variety in the game modes, and if the different factions are properly balanced to justify the full price. Still on the 17th, The Crew gets an expansion called Wild Run. This will introduce new vehicle classes such as motorcycles into the game, and a new game mode called The Summit, a special event that you have to qualify to get in, or, just pay some real money to buy your way in, just like real life, and participate in whatever challenges are thrown at you. If you emerge victorious, you'll get some exclusive rewards you can show off to your friends. On the 19th, Assassin's Creed Syndicate comes out for PC. Having finished this game already on the consoles, I can say it's one of the good Assassin's Creed games. I think the open combat is better than ever. It's got some interesting characters, but in general, it's still an Assassin's Creed game, so not necessarily something I enjoy too much. If you want more Assassin's Creed, this is a solid purchase. If you're kinda done with those games, there's really nothing for you here. Mario Tennis Ultra Smash comes out for the Wii U on the 20th. It's a fun and silly tennis game that includes characters from the Mario franchise. You can play 1v1 or 2v2, picking up power-ups that make you incredibly huge and ridiculous. I tried it for a bit at Gamescom and had a good time. Doesn't seem to have a lot of depth to it, but it still feels like a fun game to hang out with friends. Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon comes out on the same day for the 3DS. It's a roguelike RPG where you play as a Pokemon. Not a trainer, not a ranger, an actual Pokemon. And you fight other Pokemon, evade traps, and basically have an adventure in a dungeon. And the last game we have on this list is the DLC for Bloodborne The Old Hunters. This will have new areas for you to explore, complete with new bosses, weapons, and armor. A traditional Souls expansion, if you will. Ready to dive back into Yharnam? I know I am. Now, I always ask you guys to leave comments at the end of these videos, and I do indeed read all of them, and here's the proof. You asked me to include re-releases and special editions in these videos more often, so at the end of the episode, that's exactly what we're gonna do from now on. On that department though, November is kind of thin. We found an Amazon listing for Evolve Ultimate Edition. We don't have any official statement from 2K as of the making of this video, so we're just assuming this includes the base game as well as all the major DLC released thus far. And also another listing for another 2K game, Borderlands Triple Pack. Though this time, thanks to the cover art, we can see that it includes the original Borderlands, Borderlands 2, and Borderlands the pre-sequel with all the DLC for these 3 games. I find it a bit odd that it's only listed for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, so I wouldn't be surprised if the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions get announced in the coming weeks. And that's it for November. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Keep that feedback coming. You're the ones who make this show possible every month, and together we'll keep making it better. Let me know what you'll be playing in this month in the comments below. While you're down there, click that like button, it does help me out a lot, and subscribe for more gaming goodness. I've been Globku. Boy!